Kyle O'Reilly's WWE contract expiring next month. Plus, a released SmackDown star makes their AEW debut. And we have an update on the relationship between Impact and AEW. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Kyle O'Reilly, say promoters of the independent type around the world, as it's come to light from PW Insider that Kyle O'Reilly's WWE contract expires next month. Now, he is listed, according to PW Insider, internally as the number 2 babyface for NXT.
Yeah, he's kind of, I figure, very important to their plans in the short term, at least, before maybe jumping up to the main roster.
I'd have thought that when it was 1.0.
Yeah.
Like, when it was 1.0, we said this on the news podcast this morning, it was 1.0, it very much felt like Kyle O'Reilly was the heir apparent.
Yes, yeah.
And now I feel like his role there is going to be, because he's doing this thing with Von Wagner, I feel like his role there is to get Von Wagner over, and then...
Yeah, kind of what comes after that. But they know how good he is. They know how he can get a response out of the audience. So maybe, it's more of a... There could be something coming, but at the same time, this is all starting to point to Kyle's exit, isn't it?
I think if the Adam Cole thing hadn't gone the way that it did last month, because I'm drawing a lot of comparisons between the Adam Cole thing and the Kyle O'Reilly thing, because Kyle O'Reilly, incredibly talented guy, did some really great stuff in NXT. I don't see where he fits on Raw or SmackDown, and that isn't me being negative. I just don't see where he fits. All right.
You could put him into a potential, I guess, Daniel Bryan level position, not as in actual place on the roster, but as in the technical wrestler, the underdog. I think he'd fit that quite well, but I just think there's more scope elsewhere. It's becoming more and more of a thing we say, but yeah.
And this is the thing, PW Insider concludes saying, obviously O'Reilly could easily sign a new deal with WWE before his contract is up, but if not, he'll be a free agent, able to command quite a lot of attention for himself among New Japan, Pro Wrestling, AEW and other promotions. And of course we have to talk about the Tony Khan in the room, because you've got Adam Cole over on AEW, you've got Bobby Fish over on AEW. I feel like at this point Tony Khan is playing a bit of a gotcha game, where just sort of randomly wrestlers coming up,
he just keeps putting a coin in, turning it.
It's one of the Undisputed Era. Kind of need that to complete
I just need Roddy now. I just need Roddy.
Keep going. Are we getting an Undisputed Era reunion in AEW?
I think if they end up in the same place, it will happen initially, but I don't think it's going to be as formal as it was. I think it'll be very much a whoop, and we'll kind of have them to come together every so often, maybe like a Horseman style thing where they come together and then go apart, come together and go apart.
I mean, the idea of Red Dragon joining the
the idea of Red Dragon.
Full stop.
The idea of Red Dragon
is enough.
Please.
But look, we're jumping the gun here. Kyle O'Reilly could very well re-sign with WWE, and as you say, maybe go into a Daniel Bryan role. But you've got to believe that feels unlikely.
They've got to be scrambling though, and it wouldn't surprise me if they start offering crazy, crazy money. So
what if you shave your hair and become Bearcat Lee's manager? Someone's getting this. We did have a former WWE star on Dynamite EE last night, and it's the former SmackDown star, Kalisto.
Yes, Kalisto.
He rocked up as Samurai del Sol, teaming with Aerostar. What a cracking team.
It's,
what a cracking team.
I figure that this is something AEW can do, is get that audience excited about Lucha and the Lucha style in a way that WWE relegated to.
He did a bit of that as he was walking out.
I know.
Lawyers on the phone.
It'll pass. But I feel that WWE hasn't really taken Lucha seriously outside of Rey Mysterio for a considerable amount of time.
No, but they did last night. It was a Lucha Open Challenge for FTR's AAA tag titles. While Samurai del Sol and Aerostar weren't successful, a lot of good impressions there. After the match, Samurai del Sol put out a tweet saying that he talked and prayed to John Brody Lee before the match and thanked him for showing him his home. Chris Jericho quote retweeted this.
Yes. So Jericho. Yeah, Jericho basically said that he spelled it wrong because there was an H in the John. And it led to Amanda Huber, Brody Lee's wife, agreeing with him. And, it's just sort of... I don't know. It's an awkward thing because it could have been an autocorrect or it could have been, just a genuine error. But at the same time, it's... I don't know. It just feels really awkward because you've got to pay respect to people properly, and you have to, if you're going to talk about somebody, you kind of got to get the name right. But then it could have been autocorrect. It could have been. It
was a weird one. Also, last night on AEW Dynamite, we saw the replacement for Jon Moxley in the Eliminator Tournament revealed. It was Miro.
Nice.
Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful say that there was a mad rush to get Miro to the venue because he wasn't booked for the show.
Okay.
So they're like, we're going to get here quick. So they got him in, match against Orange Cassidy, and now we're getting, spoilers by the way, 3, 2, 1, Miro and Bryan Danielson in the finals of the tournament. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that's just going to be dirty. Dirty. Have Miro win. Have Miro take the title. Close the company. Done deal.
I will end on this, actually. A little update on AEW and Impact. So the Forbidden Door has been swinging off the hinges for quite some time within AEW.
But now it's just been padlocked violently shut.
It seems that way. It was because we got a little vibe, a bit of energy that they were sort of wrapping up the relationship there. On Wrestling Observer Live, Tony Khan was interviewed, and he explained that he doesn't currently have anything booked with Impact, noting the door is still open to work with the company in the future. So maybe not padlocked, maybe it's not quite ajar, it's shut, but
it's got the handle lock on. It doesn't have the actual deadbolt across it. Is it Toy Story where there's that slow motion shot where it's like I don't play with you anymore? Yeah, it sort of felt a bit like that, but I feel that it's only healthy for the companies. If they end up working too much together, then it's going to become this weird kind of state where they kind of have to take each other into account with all their booking, and everything's going to be intermingled, and at that point you may as well just be one big company. So I feel that if the Forbidden Door is going to be used like this, just like little bit of spice, little bit of spice, then I'm interested in it. It'll keep it fresh, won't it?
Yeah, you don't need to have it open all the time because then it doesn't feel special. Yeah. So I like next time they do it, maybe for an Impact event, you get an AEW guy in, you make it feel special then. I really want to hope that the relationship worked for Impact. I worry when I see some of the figures and realise that there hasn't been much of a needle move on the weekly figures for Impact, which is a shame because, they're doing great things.
The smaller company, it's always looked at from the point of view that the smaller company will be elevated by the larger company by being associated with them. But at the same time, that doesn't always translate to viewers that stick around. You get people that tune in to be like, oh, let's see this crossover. But I mean, when you've got so much wrestling on the table right now, and so many people are just preconditioned to watch WWE and now AEW. Like, I have to physically remind myself to go check out Impact and stuff sometimes because it's like, oh God, it's been weeks, it's been like a month since I've checked in. I just worry that, if this was to kind of become a long-term thing, this could have been more damaging for Impact. So this could be a reason why, the door's just been gently pushed back down for now, and We'll hopefully see it open again.
One of the great wrestling highlights of last month was the finale of Bound for Glory, the final moments of Bound for Glory, the Impact show, which Mitch Wadden and I break down in the Cultaholic.com Wrestling Top 10 on the podcast feed right now. Genuinely, I think it was one of my favourite angles of last month.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of good stuff. It was Moose, 1 foot on Josh Alexander with his wife and child there. Like, oh, you monster! You monster! Love it. It's on the podcast feed right now. Are you on Twitch today?
Yes, I've got no idea what I'm streaming. I've been too busy this week. We might play the Wikipedia game where you give me a word and another word and I get between. We might play Mario Kart. I got no idea. 6 o'clock. Twitch.tv/Cultaholic. I'll be online doing something interesting. You can come laugh at how crap at games I am. Nelly did a swear there.
Woo! Remember, it's Greenwich Mean Time now.
Yeah.
The clock's changed in the UK. That's why we're all a bit haggard this week, I think.
No, because it's better. The problem is, when it goes back, you get the extra hour. So you get all the sleep in the world, but the problem is I then just ruined my sleeping pattern again, so I'm still going to bed at 2 o'clock and now I don't feel any benefit.
Well, could you tell Pablo that, who is still waking up at exactly the same time and scratching next to my bed demanding breakfast?
Yeah, no, this is...
I have not gained an hour.
We're having that right now with Cooper.
Oh, new cat alert!
Yes.
New cat alert! Stay safe. Love you. Bye.